Most people shopping for a greenhouse ask the same question: can it handle winter? And the honest answer is yes. Almost any decent greenhouse can. But there is a season that actually ends most year-round setups. It's not winter, it's summer. And most buyers don't find that out until after they've already bought. In this video, we're going to cover what your greenhouse actually needs to work in both extremes, so you can decide if true four-season use is what you're actually after. We run a greenhouse ourselves. We've worked with customers across just about every US climate. And summer surprises people every single time. Here's what you need to hold on to for this whole video. A greenhouse is a heat trap. That's the whole point. In winter, that's your best friend. In summer, it can hit 120 degrees inside a perfectly normal day outside, and it happens within hours. That's what makes four-season harder than it sounds. Most buyers solve for the wrong season. Let's start with where everyone starts: winter. Here's the good news. Winter in a year-round greenhouse is generally manageable. A quality greenhouse already does a lot of the work for you. It traps heat, the frame blocks wind. Even without a heater, the inside temperature runs noticeably warmer than outside, especially if it's full of plants. But there are two things to think through before you call winter solved. The first is light. Winter days are short and often cloudy. Cold season crops like kale, spinach, lettuce do great with limited light and actually prefer the cooler temperatures. So as long as you keep your greenhouse above freezing, you're good. But if you want to grow tomatoes or peppers through winter, you'll probably need grow lights. This is just something to plan up front for. The second is heating costs. A small heater may work, but how much it costs to run depends heavily on how well built your greenhouse is. Gaps in the frame, loose-fitting panels, cheap gaskets, heat escapes through all of it. And a heater fighting constant heat loss can run a lot more than you'd expect. This is one of the biggest surprises people have with budget greenhouses. So they end up having to insulate a whole lot more than with a quality greenhouse. I'll give you a real example. Our heater is actually undersized for our greenhouse, but when it was 23 degrees outside, it kept things at a steady 45 to 50 degrees without running constantly. That's because of the build quality. Our greenhouse is a tightly built kit with 16mm triple wall polycarbonate and solid seals. No drafts. When the sun came out during the day, the temperature climbed to the 70+ degrees without a heater running at all. And that last part is actually the transition I want you to notice. That solar warmth, the thing that helps amazingly in January, starts getting uncomfortable in March and April, and by summer it becomes a crisis. So winter is solvable. It's just like I can always put on more layers to stay warm, but I can only do so much to keep myself cool on a hot day. Now, let's talk about summer. This is where the year-round promise actually gets tested. Think about what a greenhouse looks like from the sun's perspective. It's a box made of clear or translucent panels that faces the sky all day. No shade, no insulation against heat, just a structure that's extremely good at collecting solar energy. On a 75-degree day, the inside of an unventilated greenhouse can hit 100 degrees or more. On a hot August day, even higher. At those temperatures, most plants die fast, and all the work you put in during the cooler months disappear quickly. The problem is that heat builds fast and has nowhere to go on its own. The only fix is active airflow, and a roof vent or two doesn't cut it. What actually works is cross ventilation. Cool air coming in low, hot air escaping high. That means a combination of a louvered side vent near the base, roof vents at the peak perhaps, and either a fan to move air through the space or an exhaust fan that pulls hot air out directly. Shade cloth is part of the solution too. It blocks a percentage of the incoming light, which cuts the heat load before it even enters. None of this is complicated, but here's where it matters for buying decisions. A greenhouse you choose has to support these features. You need the right vent placements, the right accessory options, and enough footprint for airflow to actually work. You can't always add this on after the fact. Sometimes it has to be planned before you buy. So when someone tells you a greenhouse is year-round, ask what it does in July. If there's no good answer, it probably isn't. We're doing a full series on exactly this: specific fans, vent setups, exhaust fans, shade cloth, the whole cooling system broken down. If that's something you want to see, subscribe so you won't miss it. Now back to the original question. What actually makes a greenhouse truly year-round? Start with the kit itself. A real year-round greenhouse has to hold up on both ends of the calendar. That means a frame strong enough for snow load and summer storms, panels with proper insulating value. 16mm triple wall polycarbonate is a solid benchmark for four-season use because it helps retain the heat and blocks some of the intense sun. And tight construction throughout. Good seals, no gaps, no flimsy panels that let heat slip out. Vent options matter too. A year-round greenhouse has to be compatible with the ventilation we just talked about. The right vent placements or available accessories. If a greenhouse doesn't have good vent options, that's a red flag for summer use. Now, here's the part that surprises people. Year-round doesn't have to mean the greenhouse does all the work every month of the year. A lot of successful year-round growers move to their outdoor garden in peak summer heat. The greenhouse handles the shoulder seasons, fall planting, late winter starts, spring extension. That's still year-round use. You're just using the right tool for each season. And if you do want to grow inside during the hottest months, plan your crops accordingly. Peppers, eggplants, okra, plants that actually like it hot. They thrive in conditions that would wipe out broccoli or lettuce. If your honest plan is fall, winter, and spring, own that. A well-built 3-season setup serves most growers really well, and it simplifies every buying decision. So decide your season first, then look for a greenhouse that's built for them. Frame, paneled, sealed, and vent options included. Now I'm curious, did you go into this video thinking you'd use your greenhouse year-round? Did anything change that? Drop it in the comments below. And if you have specific questions about cooling, your climate, your setup, what crops you're trying to grow, leave those too. We're building that series right now, and your questions are going to shape what we cover. Now you know what it actually takes to use a greenhouse year-round and whether that's even a real goal for you. If you want to keep going and haven't thought about how you want to use your greenhouse, this video would be great to watch next.